In many ways, you and I are living in a whole new world. A lot has changed over the last 2 years, and that's an understatement. The way we work, the way we upskill, or even the way we meet new people. Online dating has become the new normal. While these apps have been around for a while, more people signed up on dating apps during the pandemic. Those who were already on these apps began using them more frequently. In 2020, Tinder recorded its highest daily swipes, 3 billion swipes. This was sometime in March 2020. The global lockdowns began around the same time. Between March and May 2020, OkCupid recorded a 700% increase in dates. Bumble recorded a 70% increase in video calls for the same period. Fueling this surge were global restrictions. People were locked up and lonely. So they were swiping left, right and center, all in the hope of some human interaction or some romance perhaps. Also swiping were scamsters in the hope of finding possible victims. And they happen to have found plenty. Let me show you some numbers from the United States. In 2021, Americans lost $343 million to online dating scams. 343 million. That's the figure for just the first 3 quarters. By the end of 2021, the figure is likely to have touched $500 million. All of it lost to online romance scams. A lot of you must be wondering, what kind of scams are these? So let me try and explain. Online dating scams normally start with people faking their identity. They make fake profiles, then befriend real people and extort money with fake stories. The person may ask for money to top up his or her phone or ask you to send money for some medical emergency or some other fake crisis. There have also been victims or instances where victims have been used for laundering money. Let me tell you one story from Queensland, Australia. A 49-year-old woman thought that she was falling in love with a US Army official whom she had met online. What she actually fell for was a trap laid out by a crime group. The group used her to launder $150,000. In the UK, an elderly man met a potential love interest online. He wanted to meet her, but the woman was in Russia. She asked him for $870 to make a passport and then continued asking for more money, sometimes on the pretext of visa formalities, some other times for medical insurance. The man ended up sending some $5,000 in all. And the woman/person he was interacting with suddenly disappeared. You see, it is not difficult to scam a person online. It is not difficult to fake an identity online, to stay hidden behind a screen, especially when there is a lockdown. Scamsters can continue having a conversation without the fear of their identities being revealed. The pandemic has made in-person meetings difficult, and scamsters have made full use of this. Now, a very interesting age group lost significantly more money. I'm talking about those between 60 to 69 years of age. Americans in this age group lost $89 million in the year 2021. A similar trend was observed in the UK. While the UK lost nearly $133 million to online romance scams in 2021, people aged 55 to 64 were found particularly at risk. What explains this? Do older people find it difficult to spot impersonators? Or do they trust people too easily? Experts have a different explanation. They say the elderly normally carry wounds of past relationships, and this makes them more vulnerable to those promising even a little love. Experts also point out that scamsters like targeting women above the age of 45. It is assumed that by 45, a woman is well settled, has a decently paying job, a house, or at least her inheritance, and this makes her alluring to those looking to catfish. In 2021, Interpol sent a notice to 194 countries. It asked people to keep their eyes open when dating online. This is what the notice said. In the initial stages, an artificial romance is established via a dating app. Once communication becomes regular and a certain level of trust is established, criminals share investment tips with their victims and encourage them to join a scheme. Victims download a trading app and open an account, buy various financial products and work their way up a so-called investment chain, all under the watchful eye of their new friend. This is the flip side of online dating. People are losing money around the world, and while there is no reliable data from India, there are many instances of men and women reporting such scams to the local police in India. So if you happen to be meeting someone online, look out for the red flags, and no matter what, do not send money. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.